Hello, this is episode 163 of the Fillet podcast. I'm Grant Fierro here with Mike Medina.
What's up, Grant?
What up?
Nothing.
And as usual, we're here to talk about everything that went down the past week, which actually is a lot of things in skateboarding in the past 7 days. And to start us off, a pretty big announcement. Jonah Hill announced mid-90s upcoming film that's all about skateboarding.
I think he had already announced it. I think it was just like the trailer that got released.
Yeah. We had already known that he was working on a movie that had relation to skateboarding and that Nickel would be in it, et cetera, et cetera. But the trailer was released. I believe they said it's releasing October or something, maybe 19th. And did you watch the trailer, Mike? I'm assuming.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I've seen a handful of people on Instagram like just posting like just like what you did, Mike, about just seeing what people think about it if they're down. Obviously, there's been a handful of skate movies in the past that have been maybe a little on the corny side and like give you more of a laugh than
I think they're all
enjoyment.
I think they're all great though.
Yeah, in their own way. Like you can watch Street Dream, you can make fun of Street Dreams the whole time if you want to, but you can watch it and laugh and enjoy it at the same time.
Dude, I mean, my age group, where our first shit was Grind.
Yeah, I actually talked to Drew this week, and we were talking about Grind for a while. And he sent me a link. I haven't watched it yet, but
dude, it was it's very cheesy, but like at the time, it was just sick. I don't know, because like it was a movie that had skating in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this mid-90s looks, to the extent of the trailer, like it's not going to be something that you enjoy because it's kind of goofy or like corny. Like it actually looks, in my opinion, it looks legit. I think it's cool that the cast is actually skateboarders that we're familiar with. Obviously, dudes like Nickel and Ryder was in there, like a lot of the IC dudes, and the kid Sonny that he plays the main character. I don't remember his name in the movie. And yeah, I think personally, like, I'm looking forward to it. I watched that trailer, that 2-minute trailer, and I was like, yeah, I want to watch that movie right now.
Right, same here.
I think it being, at least how it looks in the trailer, where it's kind of like set at the courthouse, is sick. Especially when you think to Chris Roberts mentioning that he had seen Jonah, or Jonah had skated at the courthouse when he was younger.
Right.
And I just think it's like a pretty timeless, fitting place, and it just seems like a perfect location to kind of center the movie around. Yeah, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, the plot of the movie looks great.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of like, it makes sense, the plot, at least of what we got to see in that 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of, it's not some like, it doesn't seem like it's going to be some mind-blowing idea. Mm-hmm. But it just seems like it's a solid idea that looks executed well.
Right. It doesn't look over the top.
Exactly. It's like, it's this kid that wants to go skate. He's a skateboarder. His brother makes fun of his friends and whatever. Like, I'm sure people give him a hard time for skating and being around certain people and whatever. But it looks like it's done super well with skateboarders, which is, I think, the sickest part. Mm-hmm. One thing that was funny, when I was talking to Drew was confused why Nickel had a girl shirt on.
Oh my god.
Drew was like, I thought he skates for FA. I was like, yeah, he does, but it's a movie.
I mean, like, FA wouldn't have existed yet anyway.
Yeah, it's in the 90s. I was, it's like, I don't know what I said. I was like, a girl shirt just makes sense for this movie.
Yeah, and then the homies got on the shorty shirt, which is the most. Yeah. That's the realest shit. That was like the most. You saw that all the time,
Yeah, so not really a ton else to say, but cool announcement and trailer, and we're excited to see how that turns out in a couple months. Honestly, it's not too far away at all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm gonna watch that in the theaters for 100 million.
Yeah, I'm not. Mike, you go to movies more than I do. I don't go to movies or honestly watch movies too much, but I'm down to go to the theater and watch that. That looks sick, and it'd be cool because you could like go with everyone we skate with, whatever, and just like, I don't know, just watch skateboarding in the movie theater.
Yeah, that's sick. I mean, I might.
It's pretty rad. Yeah. And then actually a new event this week, ETN launched. I know, Mike, you don't have an account, but I'm sure you've probably seen a little bit or heard about it through Instagram and Twitter. They did Street Fight, which is it's kind of like a series. I think they're doing 4 of them. This was the first. There's like a list of board brands. They all pick a dude for each event. And so this one was at the Fireside Ditch. And David Loy ended up winning actually for Birdhouse. I think maybe you get each team like gets points based off where their dude places in each event, whatever. And one cool thing actually is they were talking about, Bragg mentioned on the live event, was that whichever brand at the end of the 4 events has the most points, ETN like sends them on a trip wherever they want to go with their whole team.
That's super sick.
Which I think is a really cool prize idea. Obviously, a lot of contests we see is whatever a dude wins money and whatever. And obviously, that's great to see skateboarders get money. But it's pretty cool that they'd send them on a trip. And I'm sure ETN or whatever would probably have some coverage from that trip.
Right.
But Loy, honestly, I watched it. They did a 1-hour session, live session on this ditch. And I think Loy kind of clearly took the win. There was a couple other gnarly things that went down. Tanner Van Vark skated it for real. He switchback-tailed over it on the tranny.
Damn.
Which was insane. And he did that really quick. He started trying switchback-tail shove. He was kind of like messing around with a few other tricks. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe like the next time we see Tanner Van Vark footage, we see him go back and get something there because you switchback-tailed it fairly simple. And like that's already like a video part trick right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Jimmy Cow did a really sick hurricane grind to fakie. That was probably like some of the highlights. Zach Doling skated it for blind, who I'm not even super familiar with. I've seen him skate a little bit. Did like a switch alley-oop blunt slide. And then Loy took the win with a 50-50, launched out of it to 50 on the second bar, which every time in the past we've seen people skate the lowest rail. So that was pretty gnarly. A new way to skate it. He did the trick perfect, honestly. So I think that it made sense that he won. It did look gnarly to skate that, especially in the heat, and you just have to run and push so fast to skate that spot. And it was probably mid-90s or 100 up there in LA that day. And those dudes looked pretty winded by the end of it. But yeah, I think all in all, it's a cool idea, and I'm excited to see where I don't think they've announced the other locations for these like next 3 events or whatever you want to call it. But it would be rad to see like a handrail one would probably go off.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if, like Zion or Jamie and Miles Silvis. I don't think Numbers is in that thing, but whatever. Like just a sick, if all those brands sent like their handrail killer, maybe like a 7 rail or something where dudes can get pretty tech on it within an hour and like watch Tom Asta flip into stuff or,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I'm excited to see where they go with the series. I think it's a cool new idea for them.
I saw Muska do the Muska flip. Best part of the whole thing.
Chad Muska showed up. I don't even know the way they said it on the live feed. It was like they had no idea who was coming.
That's awesome.
He hung out. He was skating the spot with them during that 1-hour jam session, which was pretty cool. And then on Instagram, he did that Muska flip on the bank.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, which was super sick. I know the Mafia dudes all like rolled up together in a van from San Diego to watch. Like brought Jimmy up there for him to skate it. Saw like Brockle and Tim Fulton and Jack Olson were all hanging out watching Tanner skate, which was tight. It was cool. Like you've seen other team events, like they do that. Dude Tour does that team challenge thing, but this was a lot sicker just because it's cool to see a contest at a spot. However they end up doing it, and that the dudes just out together in the streets is always rad to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where they go with it.
Any kind of contest that has a different, like quote unquote, different format, I'm down with. Yeah,
it's cool to see something different. Like, they all have their place. Like there's Street League and X Games and whatever. Those in the arena type of thing. But it's rad to see the dudes out in the streets where we love to see them skate regardless,
Right. Where they maybe bring more value, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like how many backsmiths can you see at Street League,
It's a good point. It's a very good point. Like at these ETN street fights, you're probably not going to see like really any repeated tricks because there's no point. It's a best trick contest at this spot that everyone has to skate different. It's not necessarily front and backside for everybody. Like we don't know what the spots are going to be. It's in the streets. It's just like street skating. You don't know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. And it's at a spot that we've all seen before and are familiar with.
Yeah, I think that's cool, and a lot of the coverage are kind of like the precursor when they were teasing it the whole last week was dudes like Mark Johnson talked about it, and then they showed like Jerry Sue who dark slid it, and a lot of stuff that's gone down there over the years, which was cool, and was pretty rad to see. One thing I want to touch on, Metrogrammed. I seen obviously there was a ton of hate on their post the other day. Mike, I know I mentioned this to you real quick. We talked about it a little bit last night. Was they reposted a clip of an artist, I'm going to pull it up here, named Lil Nar, who I have never heard his music.
Oh, this fucking guy?
Yeah, I've heard his name. I've seen him on Instagram before because I believe he was he challenged whatever wanted to play someone's skate for $100,000 or $15,000.
Did that ever happen?
I don't think so. Which is funny because I remember him posting about that, like seeing people were reposted, whatever.
Yeah,
there's so many dudes like, "Oh, I'm down, let's get it," whatever, and then I don't think it ever happened.
Well, didn't Nickel get like a certain amount of views on his SoundCloud, and then like that was?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Like you have to get 1 million plays on SoundCloud, and I think Nickel posted that he did.
Yeah, I think so too. That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
And like, are you kidding me? Yeah, him versus Nickel. Get the motherfucker out of here. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah, I think everyone's going to place their bet on Nickel.
Those shaky-ass flat ground tricks versus Nickel. Come on, man. What was Dill's comment about flat ground?
Just something along the lines of, if you're a good skateboarder, you have to have good flat ground.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think that was, like, along the lines, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I kind of find that to be true in my opinion.
Yeah, it's actually something that, obviously, like I just said, I don't remember the quote word for word, but ever since I heard Jason Dill say that, like, that's fairly stuck in my head. Like, I think that watching skateboarders, like, it's obviously all preference. I love to watch a dude that can, like, pop, flick, and catch his flat ground trick super well. Like, a flat ground trick in the middle of a line can look so sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think about that a lot. But to stay on track here a little bit, so Metro reposted this clip of this dude Lil Nar, and it says, in the words of MJ, "Big guns, baby, big guns. Give him a follow for more heat." And there's 2,600 comments on this. I've scrolled. Obviously, I don't read them all. There's a lot of people hating on Metro for posting this. Actually, some people in skateboarding, Nora made multiple comments hating on it. She said, "This is really stupid." Friendship Skateboard said, "Thanks for all the reposts, Joel, but that's it for me. I can't get behind this." Chima Ferguson put this emoji, palm face. Justin Brock said weak, and it could go on and on. I think, personally, I commented on it too. I thought it was ridiculous that they posted this.
I feel like I've made this rant like a year ago.
Yeah, this is just. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Whacking Ball hit this topic literally a year ago.
What did he say?
That this dude's a fucking clown.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand. There's a lot of things that bug me about Metro reposting that, because it's very clear with where skateboarding is now. Metro has a huge influence on kids.
Like on Instagram, kids.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's like that's a huge part of skateboarding, right? Is kids on Instagram. They see whatever people on Metro do tricks, and then they want to skate like that, et cetera, et cetera. And I just think promoting this dude, number one, no one would ever get reposted by Metro for doing an ollie and then a board slide.
Yeah, they were both shaky as fuck.
Obviously, because it's whatever, this public figure who's holding a gun at a DIY spot. And there was actually people in the comments saying, like, dude, this is our DIY spot that we help build. Like, we don't want to see people skating with guns there and like have the city tear this down.
Yeah, no shit. Like, Grant, that's my number one thing about the whole thing, right? Like, do I have a problem with hood motherfuckers being involved in skating? No, I don't care at all. I don't care where you're from. Skate all you want, man. Be from the ghetto, be from the suburbs. I don't give a fuck, right? Skateboarding is whatever. It's fun as fuck. But, like, are you trying to go to your local park and have a dude waving around guns? No. 10 out of 10 skateboarders are going to tell you that.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's...
You know what I mean? Like,
really, yeah, I do. I know exactly what you mean. I think this post is basically promoting, like, this dude's cool because he's skating with a gun. And that's literally exactly how a lot of younger kids that are like whatever the skate and post their clips on Instagram all day are gonna view that.
I mean, dog, he's not flipping in, he's not flipping out, he's not jumping down shit. This fool did an ollie and a board slide. I'm not impressed.
Yeah. So I wanted to touch on that, and I think Mike and I both made our opinions pretty clear that we think it's ridiculous. I think it's at the end of the day, I think it's really lame. Whatever. Like I think Lil Nar, who I don't even know anything about this man, legitimately.
Me neither.
That clip, whatever. I think it's stupid that you're skating with a gun. I think it's even more stupid that Metro reposted because they should be smart enough to clearly know the influence they have on kids and like why are you gonna promote this as if it's something that's cool to skate with a gun in your hand and his fingers on the trigger the entire clip. Like it's just so dumb. Like
I mean, this is
something so unnecessary in skateboarding.
Yeah, he got a collab board with DGK, man. Stevie's down. It's fucking weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, all I know is that clip's ridiculous, and it's ridiculous that Metro reposted it. Yeah, it's terrible.
Well,
but moving along to some other positive stuff that happened in skateboarding this week.
I'm pretty sure Zoomies like hires that dude to do their concerts and shit.
Really? Only time I've even heard of him was because of that Game of Skate challenge thing he wanted to do.
I only know him because Whacking Ball.
Yeah, I think I may have seen that too, but I don't remember that video.
It's because it was a fucking year ago, dude.
Yeah. I didn't know DGK did a board with him.
Oh yeah, that happened.
With this Lil Nar guy?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's just goofy.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
So learn your ollies, learn your board slides, and get some guns, and you can get some clout. You can get IG famous.
Yeah. It's like why is that what you want to promote? Like, isn't the point of Metrogrammed to like promote kids that are doing new like progressive skate tricks? Like, why do you want to?
When I think of Metrogrammed, I think of kids that do really fucking hard tricks.
Yeah, not
a board slide
figure that did a board slide holding a gun. Like
that board slide was
like it's something cool.
The board slide was shaky as hell.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, we have some new stuff we can go.
Yeah, that topic bores me now. I'm like over that. Like I don't know.
I think we had. I wanted to touch on it.
That guy bores me.
Moving along, Mike, you just informed me Sinner is no longer on Life Extension.
Strange, right? Because I thought he was the whole brand. I mean, when's the last
time did he post about this on Instagram?
Yeah, like a whole fucking huge paragraph.
What? Can you summarize it somehow, or?
Thanks for. I mean, it's literally your copy.
Standard leaving.
Your standard cookie cutter. I'm leaving the brand post.
But he didn't say anything about like his ownership or running the company or.
No, the only thing he mentioned, like even at all, was he thanked Nick. Excuse me, for turning him pro.
Okay.
Which I mean, did Nick turn him pro, or did you turn yourself pro along with Nick?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know either, dude. All I know is that I mean, where's Sinner going?
I don't know.
I mean, what was LA paying?
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a Life Extension board in years.
And they spelled extension wrong.
But yeah, I mean, you informed me of this right before the show, and I was just surprised because, like you said, if I think of LE, I think of Sinner, and then I think of Trapasso. That's really all I think of.
Yeah, but Sinner was literally. Yeah, but Sinner was literally the only one doing anything for the past years. It's like a couple of years, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if this could be a prelude to the end of Life Extension.
I'm going to go with yes.
Some changes. Yeah, I don't know, but that does surprise me.
I think that when Jamie County left, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I know what you mean. For sure. Speaking of pro, Kevin Bockel went pro for Creature,
which is another one. How the hell how are they turning people pro? Do you see a lot of Creature boards?
There's a market for it in San Diego for sure.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably got to be a market for it in general, especially
I bet they do okay. Yeah, I mean, like, at least good enough.
Their artwork is gnarly.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not my style of a brand that I'm going to be psyched on, but.
Right.
Is there people that are? Yeah, I'm sure there's still a good amount of people that back Creature and think it's tight, whatever, and that's cool. But yeah, I mean, since you mentioned San Diego, like do I see it all the time? Maybe not, but like if you went to certain parks, if you went to OB Skate Park, closest park to my house, basically all tranny, you would go there and you will see creature boards.
Frontside half cab flip that hip.
If you go to Washington Street, it's definitely possible to see some people ride some creature boards.
I'm scared of that place.
Have you ever been?
God, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have been really surprised if you went in the 2 times you've been to San Diego.
God, no, dude.
Yeah, I actually went a few months ago.
I dropped in.
I rolled around for a second, but I'm not gonna skate there.
No.
I watched a session for a little bit.
Kook, get the fuck out, Kook.
Nah, the people are cool there. It's not like
locals only, Kook.
But Kevin Bockel, yeah, that dude. I back him going pro 1,000% because ever since I first heard of him King of the Road.
Yep, same.
And since then, we've seen footage from him consistently. Actually, I know he lives out somewhere in Europe, but he stays relevant to
Finnish or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but he's on. America recently fully put him on.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, so that's cool to see that go hand in hand. Good for him.
Yeah, that's a good fit for him. What was I gonna say though? Damn it, I forgot now.
Creature, skateboards, Kevin
Whatever.
Bockel, King of the Road.
Oh, King of the Road. He was the one that, remember when they did like that gnarly bump to bump, and then there was like a hole,
Oh, was that him?
I think so.
I think it was.
I think that was him.
Dude, gnarly.
That slam was fucked. I thought he was like gonna be done the rest of the trip, and then he goes on to do like
yeah. That was like
he does that tray flip in high heels. Yeah.
Dude, that was so gnarly. Oh my gosh. Wow. Have you been watching this year's King of the Road, the Vice ones?
Hell yeah.
What are you thinking?
What do you mean, dude? I love it.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on like challenges or me and my homies have been watching.
Who do you think is gonna win? Who do I think is gonna win?
Yeah, you can answer that.
I think they all really stand a chance, honestly.
Boring answer.
Political answer. I think that like I want real team to win just because like Zion, this is the season he goes pro. Like
he goes pro tonight's episode.
Yeah, I know. And like the fact that they brought on what's his face to be the TM, Kyle's there. Obviously I have like a connection with Kyle, not a connection to Kyle, so to speak. I mean Jack, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I see where you're going.
Yeah. Like I've interviewed Kyle. Zion's like my favorite fucking skater. Fucking what's his face is Robbie's the man, like just in general. And then
you want Real to win?
I mean, dude, I want Real to win.
But let's talk about what's actually happening.
But like what's happening is like Element is so fucked up.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Like, my God. Did you see Jack get sacked like that?
Yes, that's one of the things I'm going to talk about. Jack sacked back to back.
Bad.
Well, I must say, though, he got
bad.
into maybe 5 of those feeble to back lip down the kink. That would have been heavy, like for that the best rail trick or whatever that he was going for. That would have been gnarly. I've never seen that down a kink rail.
This dude sacked back to back bad. Like they weren't even just like little clippers. Like, dude, those were like take you out of the whole day kind of shit back to back.
Yeah, and the gnarly thing we saw Nigel sack the same rail actually, which is funny because Nigel ended up going back and filming his ender at that spot.
Well, I mean, he didn't really sack it. They showed his bruise or whatever. It's more so on his ass.
All right, well, he slammed.
You know what I
really
mean?
Bad skating that rail.
He sacked it, but not like how, dude. Jack, the second one.
Yeah, Jack's looked terrible.
Dude, fucking cut his nutsack open, dude.
Yeah, that's insane. But so far, Nigel's been mellow, dude. Like as far as
Grant, have you cut your nutsack open before?
No, I haven't. I'd rather not.
Me fucking either. Like that's got to be devastating to look down and see that. Are you kidding?
Yes, I completely agree.
Like fuck that, dude. Like you see like your elbow or your shin or your knee bleeding, and you're just like, oh, okay. You know, like what the fuck? Your nutsack, dude? Like no. Yeah, that's where I'm like, yo, dog, I'm going to the hospital, dude. Like this shit's weird. I'm out. Yeah.
Nigel I think's been surprisingly slow so far.
In a way.
I mean, we haven't seen him jump on like a huge kink rail yet.
I mean, maybe that's what he's waiting. Remember how he said he was going to pace himself because he burnt
Yeah,
himself last
yeah.
time?
I figured, okay, like that makes sense. He's gonna
Makes sense to me.
Wait, they find a big rail on day 7, then he can jump on it comfortably.
Agreed.
But then he got okay. I don't know if you said it wasn't a sack. Whatever.
Well, no, it was. You know what I mean.
He racked this rail. He racked his rail super bad, and now I kind of feel like he might just be hurt and not be able to do a ton.
Maybe. Because
he was talking about how he had just sacked the rail right before the trip, then this one. Now I feel like Nisha might just be quiet. Like, he's definitely not going to be the dude for Element.
I mean, he was the last trip, dude. Him and Evan were fucked up last time.
This one looks like it's Evan and Mason to me.
Oh, God, Mason. Let's talk about that.
His frontside heel. Yeah, front board, the Cardiel rail. Woo.
No, it was a backside board slide.
Oh, yeah. Wait, did Cardiel front board it?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, but Mason just board slid it, huh? Yeah, that's why I said front board was Cardiel. Why did they have him front board it? Oh, is the runway messed up now?
Fucking wish. There's like no runway to begin with.
Yeah. That's gnarly. Dude. Yeah, it board slid it. Still blocked, clearly, because that rail's huge.
I was going to say, that rail's insane.
That's so gnarly. Cardiel front boarded that.
And he balanced the way he front
boarded. Yeah, it was a really cool looking front board.
It's wild. It's one of those really weirdly balanced ones.
Yeah.
Like the Ardo down El Toro one, I was just really, really balanced the entire time. Like, I don't know how people do them like that. When I do front boards, they're kind of like chaotic, dude.
Yeah, I'd say, Mason and Evan. Evan looks to just be tripping out the whole
powerhouse.
Trip, but doing absolutely anything that comes to his mind.
Where they talk about him eating all those mushrooms. So hilarious.
So gnarly.
Like paints flowers all over himself.
Dude, who was it? I'm drawing a blank on who did it. On Foundation, they skated the flat bars with Palooza at Pizza. Who did the boardside kickflip? Was it
Dylan?
No, it wasn't Dylan Whitkin.
Dylan Whitkin.
They did the boardside kickflip?
I'm pretty sure, dude.
No, I don't think it was.
I'm pretty positive it was Dylan Whitkin.
I might have to go back and watch. I would say there's no way.
I'm pretty positive it was Dylan, dude.
Well, regardless, that was insane on like shoot up kink flat bar thing, and then Andy Roy got so bodied on the board slide.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
So bad, like
that was sick.
Was pretty much shot off. That thing was like parallel to the ground, and then just straight down.
I don't know. Who are you going for? Real, obviously. Who do you think is like?
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah.
Do you think that they all stand a chance though?
Yeah, I think they all stand a chance. I think.
I'll tell you right now, I love the Foundation team.
Yeah, Foundation's got some real personalities. Element's really enjoyable too because Tyson and Evans.
They're over the top. They're a little bit over the top in comparison.
In what way?
Like their personalities are also based on what they look like, while like the Foundation dudes just seem cool as fuck.
Foundation's funny. I think Sinclair was like.
Oh, he's great. And I'm just like a huge Cole Wilson fan too. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Corey's from here, so obviously I fuck with him heavy too.
And Merlino makes it really funny.
And Merlino's great.
Merlino eating the banana was incredible.
I mean, I think that Sinclair allowing him to puke it up is the best thing about that whole thing.
Burnett.
What did I say?
Sinclair.
Oh yeah,
Burnett was like, Burnett was like, if you throw up, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like way to be fucking super sick, dude.
Exactly. Yeah.
That guy rules.
Yeah.
I like how they call him Burn Dog.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of it, it comes out tonight, and we get to see Zion go pro. That'll be really, really cool.
Yeah. And we get to see the tribute to Peace Stone, which I'm most excited for.
Yeah. I'm excited to see.
Super sick.
Yeah, definitely. Later in the trip, I know they came to San Diego. I'm excited to see what they did here. They actually lit up a bump over bar that we skate. That's like probably like, I don't know, maybe 2 miles from where I live. But I never seen anyone skate at night. But they lit it up and skated. They showed.
Did you ever skate that bump over bar that janitor dude kicked you out of?
No, I haven't skated that one. But Alexis Mafia just posted some clips of Alexis skating that actually.
Oh no shit! I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, moving along from King of the Road, but I'm excited to see more. Let's talk about. Oh wait, we were just talking about foundation. Mike, you told me that Sinclair said there's a foundation video coming soon. September.
In September, yeah, that's what he said on his like little Instagram story thing.
Was it like a ask me a question Instagram story?
Yeah, and he answered a question.
Wow, that does surprise me a lot.
If it's a full length, that's insane because that's just back to back.
Yeah, Oddity did not come out too long ago,
and Oddity was like no filler, dude. It was like
there was hammers going down,
fucked up shit. Yeah, dude.
Cole Wilson's part in that is just
Dylan Whitkin's part in that is amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, shit, Nick Merlino has like 2 minutes of literal like nothing but
fucked up that's shit. The part that's just like so back to back.
Yeah.
It's gnarly. And that's the video. And Cole Wilson just had Real Street after that too, so I wonder if he'll have another part.
I'm definitely expecting Corey Glick to turn pro by the end of this year.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like he has to be next for that.
He's the only one. He's the last one on the Am Scramble list.
Yeah, huh? Mm-hmm. Crazy. Who, Mike, if you were picking Am Scramble for 2018, who would you say?
Oh, man.
Let's try to think of, I don't know, 5 or 10 dudes.
Oh, God. Jack Olsen, number 1.
Jack would be rad. I say Alexis Ramirez.
Alexis, like, just seems kind of like a loner, though, man.
What do you mean?
Like, those other dudes, like, half of them already knew each other.
Yeah, but Alexis would probably, I mean, at least, like he's gone on some Thunder trips.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just see him like being like kind of like not talking to anybody for some reason.
Well, he doesn't skate with a bunch of other like up and coming AMs.
That's what I mean.
With, but I feel like I'm sure he knows them from events.
I think that Am Scramble in specific, like the last year, was really special because, like I said, half of them knew each other already. The other half, like, we already knew about already.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it more. Justin Henry.
Oh, that's a rad one. That's actually really sick.
I'm super stoked on him right now.
That's really sick.
Robert Neal would be cool.
Oh, wow.
I'm just trying to think of big name AMs right now.
I'm backing Niels Bennett hard.
Like I rips.
He seems to just completely be on his own thing.
Dante
would be sick. Just send Cater on it. Just put Cater every year until he's pro. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
Cater every year until he's pro.
Dude, Cater Hurricane Hollywood, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see that footage.
I know, right? I can't wait to see that.
But I'm guessing it has to be Baker Forest, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine because it'll be worth the wait as soon as we see that video.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I wish Jamie would have stayed on Baker
instead of Death Wish.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just think it was cool. Like, not saying that him on Death Wish isn't cool, because God's fucking super sick. But
you would have preferred Baker for it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's just because Baker means more to me from the generation standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, Death Wish didn't come until way later, you know?
Yeah, after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see Am Scramble. I have no idea when that is or who's going on that trip. But, I mean, it's definitely possible some of the names that we just mentioned.
Yeah, no shit.
Be there for sure.
Yeah, that's super true.
Tony Trujillo was a new shoe for Vans.
I'm hyped on this.
And Mike, I think you're really psyched. He was able to throw out given the opportunity to throw out the first pitch at a San Francisco Giants game.
Yeah. And it was a good pitch, dude. Threw a fucking strike.
Yeah, I did see the clip of it. The catcher didn't even have to move.
Why am I so stoked?
Yeah. Well, I just want to hear
for one, I know that in the Bay Area, baseball is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
Which is same with I'm from Chicago. We have fucking 2 teams.
Yeah,
obviously it's a pretty big deal. I grew up my whole life playing baseball, so obviously I'm kind of like biased to like seeing fucking pro skateboarders that I've I've been fans of my entire life as well.
Yeah. Do you have a memory of like another pro skateboard? I'm sure like Tony Hawk has thrown out a first pitch.
I'm pretty sure Paul did it at a Dodgers game.
Oh, I do remember seeing a photo of that Paul did. That makes sense. I bet if Tony Hawk has it, probably was in San Diego.
Okay, but here's why I'm most excited. You just kind of made my point for me. Is like, who have you seen do it before? You mentioned Tony Hawk and Paul Rodriguez, right? Arguably the 2 most marketable skateboarders in the history of skateboarding.
Yeah.
And then TNT.
Yeah, so it's very different.
It's very different, dude. So, you know what I mean? Obviously, I think that it comes with the fact that he is a Bay Area dude. He obviously is a Giants fan. Kind of like notably, I've seen him post about shit like that before in the past.
Yeah.
But the fact that they gave him, or like Vans did a collab with the Giants, like for that shoe, you know?
Yeah, I did see that.
I think that gave Vans the perfect person to do it, like to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah, do it with Tony.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, that's just something that, like, I look at as a win as a skateboarder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's a good outlook on something like that.
Yeah.
One thing I did see, I think it was maybe the day of his first pitch, Vans had like a van going around, or I guess like a tour bus. There was like a skate tour of San Francisco. Like it was like Gilbert Crockett's story. Obviously, like a bunch of the Vans team was up there for the whole like shoe thing, and they were driving around in this tour bus, just like driving past famous spots. I don't know if they stopped and skated it or like who all was on this thing, but it looked like a double decker, like you're at the zoo, like type of thing, which was pretty sick. Like they drove past Wallenberg, I think like the 3 up, 3 down, and whatever. I'm sure a bunch of other stuff, but I thought that was a really cool idea to do for like all the team riders that were up there, and probably just related dudes that work at Vans or Tony's homies, whatever. Like it looked sick.
Mm-hmm.
I back that idea. Deshaun Jordan. I want to talk about this a little bit.
Wait, you have double-decker buses at your zoo?
Yeah, I haven't been to the zoo in years, but there is for sure.
Whoa.
But also the San Diego Zoo is like a world-renowned zoo.
Oh yeah, good point.
It's like I didn't know when I was a kid, but that's just like one of the most famous, like, people that would ever come to California as their vacation, whether even if they're not in San Diego, like come to San Diego to go to our zoo, which is trippy. But yeah, the zoo's like pretty crazy here for sure. Deshaun Jordan in the new Thrasher, which I actually have sitting right here, which has Josh Kalis on the cover, which is pretty sick. Deshaun has an interview in this, and I was just flipping through it actually at the shop earlier, and there's a sequence of a front 3 on the Kirchart Gap, the asphalt schoolyard bump over, like street basically, and that stood out to me for sure. And there's actually there's some photos that Atiba shot. He might have shot that, but that he's been putting on Instagram, obviously teasing a new part for Deshaun, which I think is exciting. We haven't seen a part from Deshaun in a little while. I think the last one was he did one of those
2 years ago.
Next New Waves for the Barracks.
Yeah, it's like 2 years ago, right?
It was 2016. Yeah, probably like fall 2016. And it wasn't too long after that he left Sovereign, and we've seen him obviously consistently since then, mainly with contests and maybe like some little Nike things, but not a full part. Really, actually, not much street footage. But that last Next New Wave part is so heavy. And wait, I'm freaking tripping. He had the one with the 270 lipped on Hollywood.
I was just saying that. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
like,
that was
when
a very
was that?
too, but he was already off Sovereign, I think, when that came out. Was he?
I don't know, man. All I know is that is he still riding element boards or what?
No, I've seen him after we saw him skating element boards. I've seen him skating blanks again since then.
Weird.
I don't think he's gonna skate for element.
Weird.
Yeah, when we first saw him with it at Tampa, I was like, it makes sense. I think this is probably gonna happen. He had like the logo graphic, Yep,
the big logo graphic.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think that's
probably the biggest logo graphic they made.
Yeah, it's literally a black skateboard with their logo in the center of it, in white and red, like a classic element graphic. So I don't think he's going there. I don't really know. I don't know where I think he's gonna go.
I don't know either. I feel like the two places that I thought were like the most natural fits clearly aren't happening with numbers and then element.
Okay. Yeah, I never would have guessed element until we saw him with a board, but once I saw him skating their board, I was like, dude, it makes sense. Like, I could see it. At the same time, Element does seem to have a really big team. They have a full length coming out.
Yeah, but they also got money.
Yeah, I would assume that they have a ton of money. They do crazy like licensing collabs. Like we're talking about baseball. Like they collab with like all the teams, the MLB, whatever.
Yeah, I have one of them.
Oh, do you have the the
Cubs
Chicago
one.
Cubs?
Yep. Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
it's crazy that they do that. Yeah. So I don't know where I think he's gonna go. I don't have any guess anymore. But I'm excited to see that part. It's been a little while, and based off the photos in that interview, we have some hammers coming.
I mean, that just sounds insane.
I just can't believe, dude, the sequence of the front three on the Kershaw gap, he looks so relaxed. In the air, his arms are down. Like, obviously, I'm not saying it was easy for him, but it looks like a really good-looking front three. And I love seeing footage on that gap, especially since I randomly went to look at that gap once. Just the perspective of seeing something in person.
Oh, yeah.
It's, like,
it's always better.
Yeah, it's like anything that goes down on this is so gnarly.
I still think of what's his face fucking dying on it.
Who?
Jordan Hofart.
Oh, dude, he looked legitimately like beyond beat up at the end of that day. He somehow laser flipped it. It's so gnarly.
Like thank God he like owns a brewery.
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
Well, what do you mean?
I'm sure he needed a fucking beer, dude.
after the 3-hour battle of getting a laser flip,
smoked your entire body, dude.
Yeah, he looked like he could barely walk. Sean Pablo got a colorway for Converse. It was, I think, exclusively released at Supreme, but I think it's going to be online in other shops maybe this week or something. But Supreme already got them. It's just a classic Chuck Taylor, but it's a print, obviously, of his drawing. That I mean, I know if you've watched clips over the years, you could look back and see that he's drawn on his shoes a bunch before. So I think it's cool in the sense that it's
it's like true to him.
Thing. It makes sense. Yeah, it's not like some played out like, oh, this will sell well type. I don't know. Like it's natural. It makes sense. He draws on his shoes, and he has his Paradise T-shirt clothing brand, and there's like some Paradise drawing on it and spider webs and whatever. Yeah. Congrats to that. I think it's rad. We talk about colorways all the time. I think obviously we love to see a pro silhouette shoe that's all on its own, but it's always cool to see colorways and see brands back a dude a little more than just being a normal team rider.
I'd rather see Bobby DeKaiser's shoe than Sean Pablo's shoe.
Why do you say you're just more of a fan of Bobby?
Yeah, Sean Pablo doesn't do it for me, man.
Not at all.
Not really.
Okay.
Like he's cool. I got nothing but love. Like it's
yeah. It's just not. He's not your.
I think this.
To watch skating.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. Everyone has their own taste.
Which is crazy because out of that little like camp, like I like all those dudes.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that whole camp, this tripped me out a little bit. Tyshawn did Hardy's Hardware do-rags. Obviously, I have no idea how many were made, but I saw him posting. He did a really sick video for it, kind of like an infomercial type of funny thing that's on Instagram. And I saw him posting about it, and I was like, that's pretty sick. Like, it's just rad to see Tyshawn do his thing. He's obviously in an amazing window of his skating right now.
Oh, yeah, he's the shit.
And it's really cool to see just dudes do their own whatever creative. So whatever stuff that they're into that they can make, that's just tight. But he made do-rags, which is sick. And like I said, no clue how many were made, but he sold out of his Hardy's Hardware do-rags on the web store maybe within a couple hours.
You want to know my favorite thing is about it?
What?
Is that he calls it a pro model do-rag.
It's pretty sick. It's really sick.
That's hilarious.
It's really sick. It immediately made me think it's a Jenkem interview he has where they ask him about do-rags, and he's like, well, who else? Like basically saying that's my thing. Like, who else you see wearing a do-rag? And whoever did the interview for Jenkem was like, well, Sage wears them, and Tyshawn was like, yeah, well, who do you think Sage got it from? Like, I love Tyshawn's just like straight up honesty. Fuck. Yeah, he's just like Tyshawn. If he'll say whatever he wants to say.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna like downplay. Like if that's his thing, he's gonna tell you that's his thing. Like same interview, he says he has the most pop. Whatever, just on and on. It's rad. And I love that you point out that he does call it his pro model do-rag. It's amazing.
That's hilarious.
It's funny. It's so sick. And I think basically everyone is just behind Tyshawn right now. Just loving what he's doing. And Supreme did announce the name of their video, Blessed. We're getting day and day closer to that being released.
Did you happen to see William Strobeck post a video with Tyshawn running into one of his teachers from school?
Yes, I did.
Did you notice the end of the video?
I saw Tyshawn give her a hug.
Did you notice what he said to her?
What Tyshawn did?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He says something along the lines of like, yeah, come get you a plate you'll eat for free. Which leads me to believe, like, is Tyshawn opening a restaurant, dude?
What?
Like, seriously.
I don't know. I don't remember hearing that. Like, I don't know if I didn't get to that point in the video.
Yeah, listen to it, dude. It's at the end.
You think Tyshawn's opening a restaurant?
I wouldn't be surprised if he invests his money into a restaurant, dude. He's not stupid.
Oh, he's definitely not. But you don't think it was like a...
I don't know why he would say that to her. No, like, listen to it, dude. I'm serious. Right, okay, okay, all right.
Someone said restaurant, let's eat on the comments.
If in 1 year he opens a restaurant, I get to smack you.
That's fine.
For laughing at me.
No, I just think it's funny because I didn't pick up on that at all.
Yeah, watch.
But yeah, you know, if Tyshawn has a restaurant, Mike, you can smack me next time you see me live on Skate Fillet.
All right.
So,
you heard it here. You heard it here first.
Yeah, if Tyshawn opens a restaurant, all credit to Mike for catching on to that before anybody else.
Dude, I noticed it right away. I was like, wait, what? Why would he say that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
He tells her to come eat for free. Why would he tell her that? Give me one other reason, please.
I don't know. I have no guess.
Okay.
Political answer. I don't know. Yep. Illegal Civ and Converse are collabing. 3 shoes coming out. Obviously, we've seen Mikey repping cons hard, so it doesn't shock me. We've seen IC grow tremendously in a small amount of time.
I guess.
You don't think so?
I don't think their presence out here is what it is out there.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure it's a lot more in LA than it is here. But just even listening, like you just listen to Mikey's 9 Club, just the amount of stuff
a year
he's
ago.
done. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
and like they dropped their brand and introduced riders and got through Baker Boys, and I literally haven't heard anything. Like, really, I'm being totally honest.
No, I know.
As a person who watches everything skate related every single week, I haven't heard shit from them since they introduced their guys that we already knew were on their team. They had an event maybe 2 weekends ago at the Barracks with a 5-minute teaser of IC3, which is supposed to release before this year ends. I've never seen the first 2.
Not at all?
I mean, I don't know.
I haven't seen any of it.
That's cool.
You sound like not into this at all.
I'm not really into the brand, honestly. I'm not gonna like sit here and sound like I'm just like I love IC and I'm some IC guy. Like,
yeah.
Do I think what I've seen from those dudes is sick? Fuck yeah, for sure. But like I don't know. I'm not sitting here and just like holding my breath waiting for IC videos to drop and shit.
What videos are you holding your breath waiting for them to drop?
Supreme for sure.
And why? To see who? Just everybody?
Everyone tries their hardest for that. Look at Cherry, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What other video projects am I looking forward to? I don't really know. Fuck. Like, what's the next full length one? You know, like it's not like
Element's on the way.
Oh God, yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah,
I'm sure
I'll hold my breath for a fucking Element video for sure, dude.
Yeah, give me that cookie part.
Yeah, he's turning pro.
Give him board, please.
Yeah, he's got to turn. I saw that Jordan Maxim little movement he's pushing. Do you see that?
Oh, like Jordan, like hashtag turn cookie pro, like talk about on the 9 Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard it on the 9 Club. That's
yeah, I saw that. I saw it on his Instagram. He's like made a few posters and T-shirts and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's pretty funny. That's sick.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, Cookie needs to be pro, 100%.
But at the same time, man, it's for Element, who has had Nassim, who's amazing. and has been AM for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And has been like well known as an Element dude.
Like I was saying earlier, their team seemed to be massive though.
Yeah, but like if you're Nassim, how are you okay with all these other dudes turning pro before you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Yarnay, Mason, like they brought Westgate over.
Yeah.
Sasha.
Wow, the more we talk about their team though, this video sounds exciting.
Yeah, it sounds
especially because I love how the trailers seem to be pretty focused around Mason.
Oh yeah, I mean that's their guy.
Yeah, that excites me.
I heard a rumor that like they matched Costin's deal for numbers money, and that's the only reason.
Costin was going to sign, or Costin was going to try to get Mason.
Yeah, and gave him a certain amount, and he brought that amount to Element and was like, "Yo, this is how much they're offering me, and they're going to turn me pro." And they matched that shit, and that's why he turned pro so quick without any other footage, really.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me. Before numbers was launched, Mason was one of my main guesses for who was going to skate for it.
Bro, Mason turned pro before Am Scramble came out.
Was it the same night?
I don't fucking know. Isn't it before that video even came out? Mason was already pro?
Yeah, I think before it was released. I think they premiered Am Scramble and then like somewhere within the same few days or something premiered his Red Balloon part.
That's wild. That part's the shit.
Yeah, that part is one of the most insane hills ever. But yeah, I did. Before numbers was launched, Mason was one of the dudes I thought they would snag up because Mason has guest clips in Costin's Chronicles 3-part. And then they did something else. And then Costin, like after Costin left Girl before he started numbers, I remember Costin like reposting some photos of Mason. And he just seemed like he was fired up on Mason.
Right. Same way he did with Versace Plug before he gave him boards.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
it wouldn't be. It's literally just a rumor that I heard, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, but what you're saying is it completely far fetched? No, it definitely could be possible, at least to an extent.
I mean, he did turn pro awfully fucking quick for a brand that doesn't turn dudes pro like that.
Yeah, he did go pro quick, and then but they have been turning a handful of dudes pro because Yarnay wasn't really too long ago. Mason went pro, and then Tyson went pro.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what they're. They've seen that it's like it's success from that.
Yeah, and there's so many AMs with this video coming out. Like, they're probably gonna turn some people pro when the video drop.
Mm-hmm.
So
is Nick Garcia still there?
Yes.
Haven't heard from him in God knows how long.
He had a part in Etney's album.
Oh yeah, what am I talking about? You're talking
but before that, it had probably been a while since.
God, how did I remember? I don't know why. I just completely forgot about his part in that video.
I like that dude skating a lot. That video, in general, to be honest, I think it's just kind of forgettable.
What about Ryan Lay?
Overall, not certain dudes really. Yeah. Overall, like I don't have the video, so that could be why. The music to me bored down the parts.
I could see that.
It just wasn't like
didn't have that big budget, pretty sweet type soundtrack for you.
Yeah. Was the skating there? Of course.
Yeah, Berger.
Berger goes insane in that.
He's awesome.
Insane.
What else we got?
We got Gron's Island episode 2, Sicily.
Oh, that was sick.
Dude, I've been looking forward to this because I watched actually Gron's Island episode 1. Hello, okay. Gron's Island episode 2. Sicily. Sorry about that. This seems to be what happened last week and I don't know why. So like I was saying, I actually watch episode 1 frequently, so I was excited to watch the second one, and it definitely lived up to the hype to me. I think we talk about VX versus HD all the time. This to me is a classic example of VX really fitting perfect for video and with the music and the skaters, and I think it's done well. if I was to think of standout names, Killian Xander, I think he's in this one as well, is definitely up there. And Max Dranzi, probably the first dude to think of when you think of Grons. If you're familiar at all with Grons, always comes through with some hammers. And someone did, I don't remember who, does a big spin fakey Manny half cab on like a drop type of Manny, like off a curb into the street, up a curb. It was a little different than that, but like it's a good way to picture it. Hopefully Mike's getting back here in a minute. We had a weird. Oh yeah, here's Mike.
What happened?
I don't know, but luckily it only lasted, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. Anyway, we're back.
That's really weird.
Yeah, talking about Grons Island. You watched this, Mike, right?
Yeah, what does Grons Island mean?
Grons is like a crew. Grons Island is just like their series. And I think they're only, I think the reason behind the name is they're only going to islands because they're just in Sicily. And then, right, that's an island off of Italy, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's a city in Italy.
Oh, is it? Huh.
But it may be on an island. I'm not exactly sure if it's geographical location right now.
I know the first episode was the Gran Canary Islands, which is, I believe, was part of Ishad's Sodi trip. They went there.
Sodi Nosti?
Yeah, Sodi Nosti. That's an amazing Sodi video.
I was gonna say that video was really sick.
I love the Sodi videos. With like, just talk about the ones from the past 5+ years. You know which one I feel like I don't remember a ton is Aves. I remember it was in Hawaii, and I think Guy Mariano's in it.
I honestly don't know.
But I don't remember much else. Sodi Nosti sticks out. Wes's was Sodi and the Hemis. And then Kyle's was the Good Homies. Obviously, we had Golden Foy Time.
That was sick.
Could you pick one out of those that you're most psyched on?
Probably Sodi Nosti was like my favorite one.
Dude, I think it's my favorite. I think it is too. Yeah. Because they're also like I could watch the Kyle one.
Golden Foy Time was really good, dude.
I do love how Golden Foy Time came with rough cuts as well.
Remember how bummed I was on that Golden Foy Time name? I was
like, what the fuck? Yeah, you hated the name. You were like, the week after that drop, you like wouldn't even talk about the video. You just wanted to talk about why is that the name. You were so bummed on the name.
That's so funny.
Sodi Nosti. I love the intro to Sodi Nosti. Like the whole like the robot type or whatever, like saying everyone's names. Mm-hmm. And like the funny nicknames, you know?
Frosty.
Yeah. It's all so funny. Grant Taylor has a gnarly ankle roll in that. I don't know why that comes to my mind.
I don't even remember that.
It's not good. Escape Miami in there. Then they're on jet skis, like B-roll, like GoPro in the water on a jet ski. It's so funny. Oh, that's so sick. A couple other things. Red Bull 5 for 5. Mike and I were talking about this just before the show. I think this is something people could have easily missed because it's on Red Bull's YouTube. It's not on Thrasher or Transworld or anything like that.
I mean, it did get promoted quite a bit by their riders, though.
That is true, yeah. Tori was posting about the thing for days, and Joey, too.
Literally, I was going to say, Joey Brzezinski spammed that shit into the ground, man.
God. So there's 5 dudes in it, Mike. We got Joey Brzezinski, Tori Pudwill, Jamie Foy, Alex Midler, and
Zion Wright.
Zion Wright, thank you. Who stands out the most to you? I have a guess who you're gonna pick.
Flying Zion, dude.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
By far. But I will say that Midler went ham.
Dude, I must say, Midler, in terms of gnarliness, like, he had me, like, wow.
Dude, Tori went off, too. Let's not fucking...
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to pick Midler as my favorite dude in it. But gnarliness, dude, Midler really did go in. Like he
I know who my favorite guy wasn't.
Who?
Brzezinski.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me to say that. I think Brzezinski.
That's like forgettable. That's like forgettable skateboarding.
Yeah, well, I also think it's a little tough of like a of a crew to mix him in with. In terms of like you're watching Zion skate like huge double set and Jamie skating this rail. Miller's doing something just buck. Tori's tech, but like a complete different type of tech than Joey Brzezinski.
Yeah, that Joey Brzezinski shit is like whatever.
Like a Joey Brzezinski clip, and then you're gonna see Zion on a kinked rail. That's just
I think that
mix.
he's one of the pros right now that's very, very, very conscious of him not scraping on his manuals.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going frame by frame.
Because I remember his comments on like the Wrecking Ball post, like from
God
knows. Oh God, they were just him furious, really.
Oh, whack Manny bustering.
Yeah,
Joey. Yeah, actually, I do. I don't remember seeing comments, but now that you mentioned, I do remember.
I remember Joey Brzezinski being pissed.
Really? No way.
Oh yeah, dude. Wow. When Wrecking Ball first started doing that shit, no one came at him like good, nice, except for Daewon. Daewon was like a class act about it. Go watch those early Manny Busters, dude. They're fucking hilarious.
I should go back and watch them again. Mm-hmm. They are. That is some good entertainment for sure.
Oh yeah. For sure. Not saying he's not great now, but those original ones is before he really gave.
He hasn't really been doing Manny Busters in a little while.
I mean, dude, he's an internet personality at this point.
I must say, him acting like
in a good way,
Thrasher and taking down fake Thrasher shirts is incredible.
And Thrasher commenting,
Thrasher reposted it. Like, how funny! That's amazing,
like, dude.
Like he goes into these like boardwalk stores and it's like, whatever. This is my position for Thrasher. Like that's a fake Thrasher shirt. It's gotta go. And I'm gonna come back and check tomorrow that it's gone. Oh, like what is his like fake position? Yeah, authenticator or something.
Yeah, merchandise authenticator, I think is what it is. Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
That's incredible.
Like this is like comedy gold to somebody like me.
It's incredible. The Thrasher stuff is so good. I'd love to see more. I don't know how he could really change it up from the two he's already done, but I'm sure there's
that one fucking video. Chris, and he's just, I could do it. It'd be so easy.
Oh, I could just so easy. But I think that's the first Manny Busters with the green screen technology. He gets in his face.
It'd be so easy.
I could just so easy. It would be so easy. He was one of the best nightclubs ever. One of the most entertaining nightclubs ever, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just about wrapping it up. Don Challenge, September 15th. I know Mike probably everyone else in skateboarding is excited for that. Mike, they haven't said who's going to play Wade DeSarmo and skate. If you were to choose somebody, who would you choose? Mike, you broke up for me. Could you say that again?
Oh, my bad. Who do you think he's going to go against?
Who do I think he's going to go against? Is it political? Like it's going to be someone on DC because they sponsor it or what? Right? Because it was last year he played Tiago. I'm just saying it's like DC sponsors the whole dime thing now. So I'm just trying to think
You think it'll be a DC guy?
I don't know. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like
think that
maybe it kind of would be since it's like their event with Dime.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just a thought. Who do I want to see Wade play skate against?
Do you remember his promo video last year, the Trey Flavor, then he jumps in the helicopter?
Yeah, that was incredible.
Was that last year? Or was that 2 years ago? Was that when he played Jamal or when he played Tiago?
I think that's when he played Tiago. I want to say Tiago, but
I can't remember. I just remember that video was like grade A.
I want to say it was last year. It just doesn't seem like it was 2 years ago. But yeah, that was incredible. I would love to see, I don't know. I don't really know. Do you have someone that you think it would be rad to see play against Wade, game of skate?
Yep.
Who?
Tyshawn.
Oh, Tyshawn would be so perfect for it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they need Tyshawn.
Because if Tyshawn ends up winning, he'd be the perfect person to take over that mantle.
Dude, oh my
Well,
God.
I don't know though because Wade's Canadian though, so it's like more important, you know.
Yeah, but like it would be so funny with Tyshawn. Like
I
know,
agree.
they would make some amazing videos of Tyshawn, like the reigning
agree.
champ, like with this do rag and with the belt, you know, like it would be so funny. Yeah, I back Tyshawn 100%. That's a really sick one.
That was like the one that I thought of immediately.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. I'm not gonna come with another answer. I'm just gonna piggyback on Tyshawn would be incredible. Because that's all that's on my mind now. It would be so amazing. I also love the way that they sent out the invitations for the Dime Challenge. Everyone got a thing in the mail with the speed glasses. And did you see on some people put on their stories when they opened it, it said their name?
Yeah.
That's so tight. It was like the Dime
sick.
announcer, like whatever, saying the person's name.
That's incredible. My favorite guy.
He's so sick.
Yeah, he kills it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for one, hands down, one of the sickest, like top 4 events in skateboarding every year.
This dude gets the whole crowd hyped up for like flat ground kickflips.
Yeah. You know what? I saw one of the challenges. I think it was called the Pyramid Challenge. It's the tallest hobble into a bank. Like I don't know what they like just add on to it, whatever, however it gets taller. But like how gnarly is that? Who do you think's got a gnarly hobble? Jaws? I think Jaws has got the Pyramid Challenge.
I would only imagine.
Yeah, I don't know who else. I could see Jaws like it's like at 10 feet. Everyone's like hobbling. He'd just go hobble, flip, melon, like just to do it.
I don't even know what to make of that. That's like weird shit to me. I don't know how to do that.
Though.
You know what I mean? That's like.
Well, yeah, I don't really want to do anything that those dudes do at the event. I mean, some of it looks fun, but rolling into massive roll and escape flat ground looks pretty scary.
I don't know why, but the Frank Gerwer Max a few years ago all stands out to me.
The Frank Gerwer what?
The like super speed nollie flip.
Oh yeah, and then he flies off the quarter pipe.
Yeah, but the nollie, I mean, he's hauling ass.
Yeah, it's like
a trick I would never do going that fast. Like that's like I don't understand how that's the trick you chose to do.
Exactly. Yeah,
what's his face does like a T-Funk does the pressure flip.
Pressure flip. That's the one I was gonna say. Pressure flip was insane. So insane. And what's his name? Does front 3? Lee Yanku is doing front 3s going so fast.
Why do we not see more footage of that guy?
I don't know. That guy is
so good at skating, dude.
He's one of the main dudes every year at Dime. Like we get blasted with him on Instagram because he's doing the craziest stuff.
I agree. I completely agree. Remember they lowered him down from the fucking rafters last year. Like, come on, man.
That's incredible.
That shit is hilarious. And wasn't last year the Yuri?
Oh yeah, Yuri did the huge shifty flip on the gator gap, the bump to bump. That looked like it was like 50 feet away from the other bump. That was so insane. I'm so hyped for the Dime Challenge, but we have like a month and a half. Wow, I'm excited for that.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, it's all funny. It's incredible. Oh, you know what'd be cool to do if Dime Challenge had some sort of like how they do the nightclub on location. Some interviews at the Dime Challenge.
That'd be weird.
It could be
weird for them to do it. It could be weird. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it might be weird. I feel like they're more like DOS days and like video.
Yeah. No, I do know what you mean.
Like Dime Challenge seems too hectic for them, to be honest with you.
But that also could provide, like, if it were to work, like it could be so funny. You know, just like the headspace everyone's in, like in this super loud room doing the most random skate events. Like it could just be hilarious.
Right.
Or even if it's not really like the sit down, you know, type thing, but if it's just like Kelly or Chris walking around, like interviewing whoever they see, like asking a question, you know how they do that at events sometimes?
I think Kelly would be good at it. Yeah. I think Chris is way better at the sit down type of shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Personally, that's what I think. I mean, I'm just one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when they do that, like at an event type thing, they have Kelly doing it. So it would make sense for Kelly to do that.
Did you see that? Funny. Like that? Did you see him flick off the camera on that? Do a kickflip thing?
Oh,
how funny was that?
It's like, oh, it's Chris Roberts. Do a kickflip. He just walks by.
That was genuinely funny. That's
I started cracking up. I was like, no,
yeah, that's
way.
Good shit. Dude, have you been watching Chris's YouTube channel?
Yeah, unless I missed it, I haven't seen it in like a couple weeks, but I've watched.
I think there's only 2 of them.
Yeah, I've watched them.
Dude, how good are he's like?
They're funny.
Built for that.
They're really funny.
Dude, he's built for that shit, man.
Their courthouse one is amazing.
He needs to just literally keep putting out those content, that type of content, because
I hope they keep coming.
Yeah, he's good at that.
You know, he does it. It's Tim that owns Friendship that films those.
That owns what?
He owns Friendship Skateboards that films those things.
Yeah, yeah. What's
that
his name?
was
Tim?
random to me. Yeah.
Yeah, we interviewed him for United.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was. I didn't talk to him, but I just have heard nothing but like the dopest shit about that guy.
Yeah. I hope Chris keeps those going. Those are so funny.
Dude, he needs to do it more often. People need to fucking tell him.
It was a weekly thing for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Then he hasn't done one in a few weeks.
Man, it's not like he's got to be pretty he does all the editing for 9 Club, right?
Yeah, that has to take a chunk of his time.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then
he still smokes weed. I mean, he used to talk about it all the time, being burnt. Now, like, you never hear him talk about it. I wonder if he quit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it happens, dude. People quit.
They do. People do quit. That's true, Mike. I don't know why this is so funny now. Oh, that's fun. That's just insane. Yeah, well,
that's good.
I think that's about as far as episode 163 is going to take us.
We stretched it.
We ran through a lot of topics. We had, 30-second intermission, and then we came right back. And, yeah, that was that.
Why doesn't Lee Yanku get more footage?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe someone in the comments.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to need a logical answer there. Like,
what is his board sponsor?
I don't know. I don't know any of his sponsors other than Dime.
Oh, he's on heroin, right?
I swear to God.
I'm pretty sure he's on heroin.
I swear I have no answers for you other than
He's got to be on heroin.
Maybe DC.
I mean, I guess we could discuss this next week. I don't think he's on DC.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was like, no, we would know.
I'm about to go look up his parts.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. All right, well, that's a wrap, right?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We'll be back in a week with 164. Thank you guys for watching. As always, hit us up. Peace.